Hey, so we're going to go ahead and just make a couple of adjustments real quick, making sure that everybody's sit tight and ready to rock this out. But hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Cannonball.
And I'm the Cannon.
Yes,
yes, I am the package Andrew Steele, known as AKA the Cannon.
Yep, so he has embraced his role as the Cannon, and we are the Steel Twins, and this is voice acting. And we're going live. You know, I think we decided that this is a better way to go for us because I guess it's just simpler to get the videos produced. We just do it live, put it in the can, and allow you guys to interact with us while we're doing it.
Yeah,
so,
it's like we've done earlier, and I'm quite optimistic we'll have some sort of population here.
One or two people. You know, I think the go live notification. I know we know our buddy Chuck is going to be.
He liked that. He liked that your post. So good on him.
I know we know our buddy Chuck is going to be.
He liked that. He liked.
Okay, I think it sounds like we're going to be fine. Two people. You know, I think the go live notification.
Like that. You like.
Okay, I think it sounds like we're going to be fine. Yeah. All right. So I'm just closing that out because if we keep the browser sessions open, and it might confuse things. So who knows? But it doesn't sound like there's a lot of duplicity. If anything sounds wonky throughout the whole show, throughout the stream, please tell us. Please tell us. I will open our browsers, but I will keep those speakers muted.
Yes, of course.
So here we go. Just mute.
Yes, of course.
Well, I won't keep Twitch open because we have Twitch down here in good old Streamlabs.
Yes, of course.
So. Okay, so in case anybody happens to post, I'll use this window here to verify that comments are coming in. But let's just go. Let's just get going here.
Let's go. Let's go.
I went to the store to keep. I went to the store to keep the music from playing in the background. But here we go. I'm turning this down so people can hear me. Or I can hear him. Oh, I almost forgot. So,
yes.
You always have to do the ceremonial pulling of the pins. You know what time it is.
Yep.
Take your little pin in your hand, pull it back, and crack it.
Because it's time to get bombed.
Yes, sir. Gosh, I missed that taste.
Yeah, something like a good old-fashioned energy drink to get us revved up.
Yep, good old Canadian bang, eh?
Yes.
Here, let me turn this down a little bit. Just my mic.
Okay.
Turnabout Big Top 4.1 trial. Let us load the selected save data.
Let's go.
Let's go! December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 5.
Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina.
Okay, Regina or Regina? We're gonna have to.
Regina.
We're gonna have to settle that debate like once and for all. Oh, fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mo told me that you should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, What kind of performance will you pull on today? Let me guess. You'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is.
Well, Max, looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack of the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm. But then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I bought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Oh boy. Well,
December 30th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2.
well, buckle up, boneheads.
We're ready for a ride.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximillion Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous series of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximillion Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Poor gumshoe.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
There he is.
There he is.
Name and occupation?
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the very big circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Yeah, careful there. Okay. There we go. It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like.
From behind?
To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool.
Fool!
A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix, right? Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Ms. Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright then.
Alright, here we go. Just after 10 p.m. and that's so I can't really like
Not White.
press him.
No, not yet.
So-
This feels like a good sentence, so go ahead.
So go ahead and press him.
No, not press him. Don't press him on this one.
Around that time I heard a large thump noise from outside the window.
We confirmed that, so keep going.
And a few moments later I saw someone flying right by me. Yep, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we confirmed that.
Max Galactica only saw him from behind.
Well, okay, press him on that, because we don't know about it.
Hold it. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, it was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was a person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony.
There's a contradiction.
There is a contradiction. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Wie Einspruch! If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
What about the silk hat? Is it missing? I think that the silk hat was found at the scene of the crime, right?
Yep. Yep. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Nuh-uh. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximillion Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order, order!
Einspruch! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. You okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Acro is the real culprit.
Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion,
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. That doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try to grab at an audience's hearts and minds.
Huh.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to rouse the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Yeah, they're gonna...
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
He is staying rather calm and collected.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright's just trying to help his client. To do this by accusing me of a murder of all things?
See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Of course he didn't.
He didn't.
No, I don't think so. He didn't have an accomplice.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
Was?
You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, now let's do it! Mr. Phoenix Wright, if this fitness is the killer, then his iFitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
In his room. Because he can't leave, right?
Yep. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Oh, Mark, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mark Taylor. Great to see you.
Thanks for joining the stream.
It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
as the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You got a point.
It seems you've forgotten this once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Most certainly saw Max, didn't he?
Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. You mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here,
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
Present evidence.
I'm going to present some evidence.
So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry?
How about the bust?
Yeah,
That's one heavy object.
So where is this one here?
It's a photo. Yeah, present that. The Max G bust.
What's that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it's also very, very heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. See? This is how Acro is able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximillion Galactica's ample bust.
Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Einspruch! How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible!
Objection! Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than
He should have
more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Mr. Dingley, how do you respond to these charges?
Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
he should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from— Ow!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. Objection! There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Einspruch! The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingley, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness would have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. Don't you think? I don't think that's how he did it.
I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself out far enough to look.
That's not how it happened.
Not to mention that he could have not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus.
All right, let's see.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I'm good.
Strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured.
Yes, I confirm that.
However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible.
I'm okay with it. I believe that.
There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body.
Of course, because he's injured.
Okay, what's up?
Keep going.
That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head.
Well, of course he doesn't know it, but keep going.
Plus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. So
present something.
So then,
What about the crime photo? Take a look at the photo of the crime scene.
now it's this photo, right?
Yeah, I think he may be right. That may be right below Acro's room, so I'd say present it.
Makes sense. Right, because there was another photo too. It was Max's big photo thing. But anyway, Objection! And there's Scott.
God, Namble boss.
Just in time. No, not just any titties. Chocolate titties.
I had someone today tell me that they didn't know anything about cloning. I said, that makes two of us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we've been missing chat.
Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Einspruch! Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Enough stalling! How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over.
The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box, which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
Hold on. The ringmaster, what? Steve Austin, what? Or Stone,
Stone, what?
Steve Williams, what?
What?
I do. Scott.
The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean...
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
There would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
9!
He's holding another box, a pink sloppy one.
Order! This is unbelievable.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward.
Forward!
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to fit some sense into you!
Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright!
Ow! Ow! Ow!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box!
I'll take a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed, it had the most peculiar feature.
The weight of the box.
The box has a remarkable weight.
Fate?
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this wooden box would have required...
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
But the box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Step 1, you had to hold in the box. Step 2, put your junk in the trunk.
Uh-oh. Yep. It's an old favorite song.
junk in the box. Step 3, make her open the... Oh, my God. I will let
Is
you
it
know to
next
shake
one?
with my order.
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. Huh? I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust?
I remember.
Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
Ah, that means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room?
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explains that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice.
Mine is more of a bulge. Ah!
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room?
Well, here's a question. What character likes the shiniest things of all?
Are you serious? Are we? How the heck would that monkey lift it? But anyway, take that. A monkey? Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist spring.
So, are you saying the witness had the monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Herm, Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
Einspruch! But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Objection! Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny.
Oh, he stole the card.
Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order! Order! I said order! Ms. Von Karma, where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
It's a rather strange turn of events.
Now wait a second. This is going to be important.
But
Where is the bust?
But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Moron.
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that.
Ow! Don't seem so bamboozled! Especially by this fraud of an attorney!
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right?
And what is that?
You should know!
Ow!
You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime!
Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony!
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
The bust? Because it looked like Maximillion Galactica, right?
So really the same bust?
Yeah.
Okay. He saw Max's Ow!
I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Objection! Au contraire, mon frere. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
Einspruch! What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak!
Objection! There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree?
Oh, caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
Well,
Russell Berry. Because Russell Berry was walking out with the cloak, right?
I would think so. Yeah, I mean, he grabbed it.
Fool! Him?
You are saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust?
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this?
Fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. All right, so you want to know what really happened that night. Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, oh my God, that's it.
You just wait a second here, Mr. Phoenix Wright! As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true! It can't be!
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet.
What?
The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. I dress my bust sometimes too. Occasionally I put a little top hat on it, draw a little mustache on it. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bust up. Yep. Wow. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you.
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So,
What now?
You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can't we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
I just explained how there could only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case.
The silk cat.
Yeah, the cat fell off of his head. The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Their symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Moe's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust's hat. Dominatrix prosecutor. This is interesting. I think I need to talk to my wife about this. Yeah, trust me.
Makes sense if you look at it that way, that he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Einspruch! Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there was no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. I could explain all of it.
Was ist das?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses?
Fell? Oh, they were covered.
No, they recovered. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
She's smiling again.
Well, so much for that theory.
Miss Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
No, that's right.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Akro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Akro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Akro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
They wouldn't kill them unless his name was the Undertaker.
That's a good point, Scott.
Yeah, good point indeed.
Well, looks like we ain't done yet.
Yep, we just got to warm up the popcorn a little bit.
Yep. Scott, Mark, thank you so much for joining the chat.
Yep, it makes it a little bit more. It makes it a little more fun.
I need to change my name to Mr. Dingling.
have a little like. Oh man, there's got to be some sort of like thing. I got something in my head about like an ice cream truck or something.
December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5.
I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated?
Echo tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did? but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey, pal. You gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Ah, it's Detective Gumshoe.
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We got some really
tasty milk.
How about a card trick, detective? Well, if you insist.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Echo's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Will Miss Montgomery be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies.
Tasty milk. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get after them titties, cookies and milk.
But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Montgomery didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
Final plans?
Wait a minute.
That reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end.
What?
That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
Wait a minute.
What?
That can't be.
What do you mean by that? The very end part?
I'm not sure. It's all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. Entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? I dropped the whole...
Yeah,
got too excited in the red...
December
the red
30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
The red room or the bedroom?
Okay.
Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Echo's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim.
Let me take a look at this thing real quick.
This is bad.
It's acrobat's scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper.
Quantity.
Okay.
I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Echo would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling,
Yes, Your Honor.
please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Oh boy.
Well, let's see.
Okay. We were little. We were abandoned by... We were little. We were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus Russell Berry took us in. Became an acrobat at around 9 years old. Wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
Such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question.
No need to question him now. It may have been an accident.
There's no need to cross-examine this witness.
What's that?
Why was the ringmaster murdered? There is no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
I can't provide one. I don't think you can.
Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. He's trying to get out of the way.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Oh, it was a...
Order! Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what did he father you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
The ringmaster.
Not the...
No,
Regina.
Max.
Regina.
What? What?
Wait a minute now. Now think about this. There's a love triangle between Sean. Remember Sean Dingling? She wanted to date Regina.
Right.
Acro may have been jealous.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Icebrook! You don't need to answer that! It's a mean-spirited leading question!
Objection! He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself!
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry!
Huh.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
What about the note to the murderer? Remember that?
Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat?
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
She put...
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended was for none other than Regina Barry.
Yeah, Regina.
Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina.
That's incredible.
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was.
I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly.
See?
Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Einspruch! Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very fair, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer.
She's roping him right into that. Yep, I think I know exactly where it's leading.
Yep.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago.
I know all about it.
An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron!
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually
The pepper bottle.
I think it was either the pepper bottle or the scarf.
Yeah, it was a pepper bottle.
Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Nope.
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Einspruch! Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Barry's intended victim?
Bat.
Bat?
Really?
Well, okay, we're building it because he tried to kill him, right? But it wasn't an accident, but let's try it.
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother.
Einspruch! What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead?
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro can feel that his brother is dead.
Regina, she did that to him?
You spent your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool.
Yeah, we're building up to...
Naturally, the prosecution has looked onto Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
Hang on.
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
Which is the truth. Cold, hard truth.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. You think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
It was just an accident.
Actually, it was more than that.
Really? Because that's what I believe.
It was a prank.
It was a prank? The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat.
The scarf, remember?
Yep.
That's just a scarf.
Acro? This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who was the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him.
Regina.
There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. That's why the lion was smiling. He was trying to suppress his sneeze.
Yes.
Hey, what's with the silent treatment?
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime?
Regina's blood is on
on
the
the
scarf.
scarf she used as a
oh,
tampon.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
stop it.
Jeez.
Ms. Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
Still seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions, smile?
Fingered a criminal.
Did the criminal finish? I knew he was going to get that. I knew he was going to read that.
Oh God.
I've never heard of them smiling. However,
Lions sneeze.
Whoa.
Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all.
Let's see that scarf.
In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. That's all he did. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What?
you fool!
You've got to be kidding me.
Einspruch!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object! For objection's sake! Mr. Phoenix Wright! This theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot!
It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. Huh? To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro, you can't mean fitness.
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What? What do you mean by that? Pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going. It's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
The murder weapon.
The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust.
Nick, you gotta do something.
This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won.
See how things work out first. Because
It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but
Why aren't you going to search his room? It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Total Justice.
I guess I figured with you that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned.
Ow! A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that's relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Do something, Nick! Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support.
Terribly sorry, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness.
wait a minute.
Hold it!
Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue.
Huh?
Was?
We need time to do what? Ow!
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait! You can't be serious!
Acrobats always have their lives on the lines, don't they? That's how Acros lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well, the defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. What the hell is going on?
The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now?
Somewhere in this courtroom.
It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all.
The witness stand.
Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there.
Well,
Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Ms. Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it, and the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
oh, she's pissed.
You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them. Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Was?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. The bust and teabagged. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust.
Well,
And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Ms. Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon? There's no way I can escape that. So you got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't.
I can't believe it. Me. Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
It seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
Acro.
got him.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
How dreadful.
So are you saying that you're a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. Nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. First I thought I'd kill myself. And I pondered giving myself up. I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Wow.
Damn, that's sad.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again.
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict.
Not guilty! Wow. Jesus Christ.
This court is adjourned.
Finally.
Finally.
Wow.
My God. December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
That's a good question. And I don't know the answer to. One I don't know the answer to. Many congrats! But only Maximillion of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room?
I'm just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Huh?
Been like this for a while now.
It's all my fault!
Sweetie pie.
Bat and Acro, they're never coming back! No, everyone's gonna split up! Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? Are you really sure? I can believe that.
Yep. Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
I want to know you're just not making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge.
Alright. What is it?
Yeah, bring up Bat's profile, see what happens.
Alright, hang on. Present it.
Yeah.
Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
Bat! That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught. Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. And that's how COVID
Oh my
starts.
God, Scott.
Oh my
Really?
God.
You had me go there?
Come on.
Stop it.
You're gonna eat. Man, that's how COVID starts.
This effing guy.
Oh my God.
Lord, we apologize for not.
Hang
I
on.
know he's joking, but my God. This guy.
Jesus Christ, that's so bad. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand.
fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. The ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. Staff, performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus the world has ever seen.
Attaboy.
The best circus the world has ever seen.
But don't laugh. That's quite the goal. That's
Yay!
quite the goal.
Yay! I can't wait!
And I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I could say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry.
Max. Nick.
Seems like everything is gonna turn out all right here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready. I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats.
Remember that plan? I see. What made the case?
Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was a defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What? Holy shit!
Oh man.
Okay.
And that's the end of episode 3. Oh man, that's nuts. You thought that was nuts?
Oh jeez.
Oh man, wait till you get to the next one. Oh my god. We're gonna cut this off right here.
Yeah, we're gonna cut this off. We'll save our progress.
Yeah. Be sure to tune in next week, folks, for what I have been hearing is one of the top 3 cases of an Ace Attorney of all time.
Yep. And it's like, wow. So apparently, yeah, Edgeworth knew what was going on. That's why he ordered the raid. Wow.
That's right.
Okay. Well, until next time, folks. I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I'm the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Brothers,
And we are for real
top guys.